Hey best friend, welcome back to qdeeaatstv. If you're new to my channel, my name is Danielle and I'm coming to you with another recipe video. If you want to become one of my best friends, just make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I post more videos. Okay, so first we're going to start with the ingredients. We have, I get the hot diced tomatoes with habanero. Then I get 2 cans of black beans. I think we only might need 1 can of rotel, but I always get 2 just in case. So I have 2 cans of hot diced tomatoes with habanero rotel. Then I have 2 cans of black beans. Then I have 2 cans of dark red kidney beans. Then I have some Creole seasoning just in case. I really don't use it, but I use it just in case. Like I said, guys, I'm not a chef and I don't measure my ingredients. I just find recipes and I memorize them after making them so many times. So then we have garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder is of course going to be your main ingredient, and black pepper also. Then I have salt and hot sauce. Then I have some diced tomatoes or just cut up tomatoes. And I have some Italian seasoned ground turkey. And then I have some ground turkey already in the pot ready to go. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is cook our ground turkey over here in the pot. And I put my seasonings and my onions in there while the meat is pink, basically. My fiance, he don't like onions like that, so I try to make sure I cook them down to where they're transparent. And the key to seasoning some good turkey meat is to make sure you season the meat while it's still pink. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna start off with 1 big tablespoon of each, and then we're going to cook the meat down. Okay, so what I did was I took my seasonings and I mixed it up in a container. And this is the tablespoon that I use. It's pretty big. So I use 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and I use 2 tablespoons of chili powder because that's going to be our main ingredients. The salt I use towards the end to kind of taste. So I'm going to turn my pot on now. And like I said, we want to add all of this while the meat is still pink. So basically before it even starts cooking. So I have like maybe like 1/4 of an onion. And then I'm going to put my seasonings in here too. And we're going to mix that up and just let it cook down. Yeah, I'm holding my phone. I'm doing something really quick because this is my favorite recipe for chili. And of course I'm going to sit down and eat it with you guys, but I wanted to make a quick recipe. Show you guys the recipe that I use. So forgive my cameraman skills. So I'm going to let this cook for a little bit and then we'll be back. When we come back, I'll be doing a taste test, and then if need be, we'll add more seasons. But once we add more seasons, let it cook a little bit more, then we're going to go in with our beans and our ground sausage. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, so I have the meat halfway cooked, and I have my seasonings mixed up again. Like I said, with turkey meat, you have to cook it. You have to season it as it's cooking. So this time I have the same ingredients except I added 1 tablespoon of salt. And this time I'm going to put that in there again. this cook. And then after this batch of seasoning, it's just season as you go. Basically, just add more chili powder and salt and pepper to the meat. And once we put our beans and our little bit of liquid in, I season as it's cooking or boiling then too. I let it cook with all the liquids and the beans for about 30-45 minutes. So I'm about to let the rest of that seasoning cook in, and then about halfway before it's, well, I'm probably need to do it now. I'm about to add this Italian season, the ground turkey, because that's not going to take no time to cook. I just had a whole lot of ground turkey meat, and I need to get that halfway cooked because this is going to cook really fast. Trust me on this, y'all. But of course, we know that it's all the way cooked once it's all brown. So I'm about to add this Italian sausage in here, and then we'll be back. Alright, y'all, so now I have my meat cooked. And what I did after I added the Italian ground turkey sausage, I added like 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. And that kind of gave it more of a kick. I like spice a little bit when it comes to my chili. And then I'm going to be honest with y'all, I ran out of chili powder. So what I did was I added like 1 tablespoon of red pepper flakes, so it can give it a little bit more of a spice. And that was good. So the meat is done. And what I've done here is I've opened my cans of beans. And like I said, I have 2 cans of the kidney beans, 2 cans of black beans, and I have 2 cans of rotel, but I'm going to only use 1 for right now. I want to make sure I have the correct consistency. But what I did was I drained 1 can of the black beans and 1 can of the kidney beans. Because what I'm going to do is once I pour these beans in, I'm going to add a little bit of water to give it the good consistency that I want. I don't like really thick chili, but I don't like really watery chili either. So I got my black beans, and I have my red beans with the juice in it. Then I have another can of black beans with no juice. And I have another can of red beans with no juice. And then I have my rotel, which is going to do 1 can of rotel. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to let this boil. Be back. Okay, y'all, so now that I have the beans and the meat mixed up, as you can see, it's kind of thick. So that's when I go in and I add my water. Now I think it's because this pot is too small. I look like I've made a good amount of chili here. But I love me some meaty chili. And this is something that you can freeze and use later on. So I just use 1 can of water. And I'm going to mix this up good and let this boil, marinate, and all that good stuff. And then as it boils, all those flavors will come together. And you'll know if you need to thin it out or thicken it up or season it as it's cooking. So if you like meaty, beany chili, this is your chili right here. Sometimes I add more hot sauce, sometimes I add more pepper, sometimes I add just a little bit more seasonings, sometimes I add a little more water, but this is enough water for right now. Just do it to your liking. If you like thick chili, then don't add a lot of water. If you like an even consistency of chili, then add you some water. But just watch it as it's cooking. So now I'll just let it cook for about 30-45 minutes, and then you'll have your chili. You can put this chili on hot dogs. You can eat it by itself. You can eat it on some nachos. This recipe I found, y'all, this is some good chili. Homemade chili, because I at the time I didn't have a way to get to the store to try to get a chili packet. So I looked up the ingredients and I had everything that I needed. And I just made this from scratch, besides the beans, I guess. So we'll be back with the finished product, and I will see you guys in a minute. Alright, y'all, so the chili has been cooking for 45 minutes now. And like I said, I think I need a bigger pot. But the chili came out good, and Bay is hungry. One thing I can tell you is that you do your spoon like this and get you some chili juice. You taste that chili juice, that will tell you if your chili is ready. Well, in other words, if it's good and seasoned. And this chili juice is yummy. Like I said, you can put this on hot dogs. You can put this on your nachos. You can eat it by itself with some sour cream and jalapenos, depending on what your spice level is. And especially depending on what your spice level is, you want to kind of control how much chili powder you in there. But if you like a spice to your chili, follow these ingredients to a T, because this chili came out really good. Like I said, I'm not no chef. I really don't measure my seasonings, but this chili came out really good. And I'll probably put it in a bigger pot and maybe add like a half a can of water and let it boil just a little bit more. Because I know once I try to preserve this, it will thicken up. But there you have it. There goes my chili. This is if you do not have no chili packet, you can make this at home. The main ingredients is chili powder and black pepper. And it's good and hearty. Meaty. But okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and log out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.